Right, so given the fact cellular interception unavoidably provides irrefutable forensic evidentiary grade material to the target. This is always the case. The only question is the target able to collect it in a forensically sound manner and produce it in a court of law subsequently? In my case, the answer is yes. So, the use of covert electronic surveillance is a double-edged sword. A skilled intelligence analyst can easily expose and identify the perpetrators. So the way I did this was I used a cellular jammer. Now I have the unalienable right of private defense. That's actually what I've used. It's very clever how I did this. There's the articles here. You can obviously read more about it later. So I've called it Joe 90's Jam Job. Now, this is, interestingly enough, obviously there's this whole schizophrenia theme. People who have schizophrenia have deficiencies in their cognitive processes, particularly abstract thinking. Abstract thinking is, I suppose in simple terms, how does one produce a novel solution, a neoteric solution to a novel problem? And obviously this was a military operation, very difficult scenario, getting assaulted, everything was jammed, road traffic accident. It was very difficult, okay? But abstract thinking is what allows certain people to always get ahead. And throughout all my articles, throughout all my dealings, throughout my entire life, I have continually demonstrated abstract thinking in everything that I do. Right. So, this is the strategy. MCC is mobile country code. MNC is mobile network code. So, for example, Sri Lanka's MCC is 413. And the network code, there are 5 networks. Here they are. 05 for Airtel, 03 for Etisalat, 08 for Hutch, 01 for Mobitel, and 02 for Dialog. Okay? Now, note there is no MNC of either 04 or 11 in the above list. This is extremely important. Okay? There is no 04 and no 11. Okay? Right. The underlying theory behind this forensic analysis is as follows. Various unknown parties are deliberately intercepting cellular connectivity to my mobile when I'm connecting to any of the 5 cellular networks. I know this because I bought SIM cards for all the 5 networks. I bought 5 Samsung SM-A500G mobile phones. Each could take 2 SIM cards, dual SIMs, and I did an exhaustive test on all this in the weeks and the months prior to this test. Okay, right. Now, usual calls made from and received to a specific MSI SDN are being intercepted and even blocked via a simple denial of service using the IMSI catcher. Okay, now, and I've even written, I was unable to contact my lawyers and the police on occasions. Remember, I was working with the CID. There were times where I needed the CID's assistance and I was just unable to contact them. I couldn't even contact the emergency numbers. The standard public emergency numbers, I couldn't contact them. MSI SDN is just a fancy name for a mobile number. Now, our CellMap software can identify the currently connected base transceiver station. So at any given point, if the mobile is working and it's connected to a network, then the location area code and the cell ID and the GPS location appear on a map, and we also have able to maintain a historic list of base transceiver stations that the phone has connected to. Now, the vast majority of base transceiver stations, so cell towers, do not exist as fixed locations on the maps. Because it's very easy. If you have a map from a particular provider, you can look up, I'm in this particular area, please give me a list of cell towers, and you get the GPS coordinates, longitude, latitude, as well as location, area code, and cell ID. And those large $200,000 towers don't move, they're fixed. Okay, now in this particular operation, the vast majority of base transceiver stations which are fake are in fact vehicle mounted, rider carried, or body worn. Okay, perfect. Simply photographing the vehicle's registration plate and then querying it against the Department of Motor Traffic would confirm the ownership of the vehicle, and then further inquiries into the identity of the driver at the time as the potential suspect can be carried out. Or, for example, if it's a fleet vehicle owned by, I don't know, let's say the State Intelligence Service, or another Ministry of Defense organization, or even the Ministry of Justice, it's easy to see who's behind this. Because you can't injunct people unless you know who they are, you see? Right. Once the cellular jammer is activated, the usual public networks would immediately cease to function, and that no signal symbol would appear. You know, the one that looks like a Ghostbuster symbol, no parking, that kind of one. In a normal scenario, nothing further would happen. Well, you've got public cell towers, you jam them, that's it. You just don't have a signal. However, if the party had specific instructions under a mutual legal assistance treaty request, they would be typically required to reacquire the target's devices. No breaks in surveillance operation are permitted, obviously. If the party was foolish enough to use another public provider's network code during jamming of my phones, or trying to reconnect to my mobiles after I am jamming, then it would be obvious that the BTS used was fake, right? I would simply contact the legitimate provider to advise them to review logs, get them provided to me, and I would have the incriminating evidence of the third party. This is a massive risk for the perpetrators because it's effectively adding another party that can squeal on them. But this is exactly what I was counting on. With the cellular jammer in operation, the only party that would then prudently connect to my devices via active interception is the specific party involved, who would necessarily use their own mobile network code. Then, using the information in F, so that could be, say, the number place, and K, which is the MNC, I can just obtain witness subpoenas and drag them into a UK court. And they can explain about the MLAT, or the pseudo MLAT as it is in this case, and it's just more humiliation. But they are material witnesses, if nothing else. Okay? Right.